Good morning, Truth Serum Nation. It's your boy Joe. Good morning, Truth Serum Nation. It's your boy Joe. Going swimming upstream again. And sorry about the meltdown yesterday, but they got me targeted and I gotta go with the flow. I had a meltdown yesterday because these continuous Gestapo tactics that they've been doing on me. They freeze my subscribers. They don't even put me in the algorithm. And well, just keep doing your show. It's a nice hobby, and that's cool. But it's like it's a little whisper in the wind. What I mean, so I'm just going through the motions and not gaining any ground. They froze my subscribers. They don't even put me in the algorithm. Once you achieve 1,000 subscribers, then they must keep an eye on you. My hat's off to Dave Portnoy from Barstool and Steve Will Do It that do have voices that can speak for the little guy. So let's see what's going on. Well, this Marxist agenda that Kamala Harris has been involved with for forever. I mean, you talk about a radical left winger. I mean, see, Biden was like a rental for the shadow government. Biden was the rental. Career hack, but Kamala is like she's owned. Some people can rent a car for whatever, but they own Kamala Harris. They own her. And she's doing her little cheerleading and all that. She had a rally with canned freaking applause and 75 people in there, and they're having a big party. And, she's she's the pep rally girl because people are emotional voters and they don't care about logic and reason. So, yeah, she had her little 75 people in there, and they're telling Donald Trump, don't do any outdoor rallies anymore. Don't do any, don't do any outdoor rallies. So she had her first chance to show some diplomatic skills when Bibi and Netanyahu and all them come over. She could have demonstrated some commander-in-chief skills, and she wanted to do a little cheerleading routine at the pep rally. How about she could have sat down and said, how about our hostages that are over there? What can we do to get, how about that, Kamala? You do your little cheerleading, your cheerleading gig. They weren't even greeted off the plane. That's a FU to them. Do you think they care about our hostages? You blowing them off at the airport so you could do a little pep rally in the gymnasium of a high school? What an evil hack she is. So she had an opportunity to finally do something on record. Show that you have some diplomatic skills. No. She's at a rally. Give me a K. Give me an A. Give me an M. Give me an A. Give me an L. Give me an A. What's it spell? Satan. So what I'm saying, how they're twisting logic and reason to emotional. Now, the smart voters that say, the logical people say, well, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. Compare and contrast Democrats and Republicans. The logical thinkers and or voters say, this is a no-brainer. You got to be retarded not to see what's going on. But they're less likely, a lot of them, to go vote. But when you got emotional cheerleaders out there like Kamala Harris that has a zero record for doing anything, them voters will walk 10 miles to the voting booth. So it's all emotionality versus logic and reason. Because you might ask yourself, well, how could Americans be so stupid? Exhibit A. Exhibit A. The Democrats are leading. She's leading. They might win. They might win. They know how to start with media. Communist regimes, Marxist, socialists, they start with media, of course. When you're trying to change independent countries, free countries, when you're trying to implement socialism and Marxism and communism, when you're trying to change them into their communism, they'll slowly put the media in there. Well, the Democrats have all the 99% of all print and network media, so that's a start. That's a start for socialism, Marxism, communism. That's a start. Then what's after that? Propaganda. Well, you got the media. You can infuse propaganda into it. That's a layup. Then you have the court system, the justice system, which if anybody opposes that propaganda, lock them up. That's a layup. So what you do, in effect, is you eliminate any opposition because they are watching their fellow citizens get locked up in prison. So more or less, when you look at America, the media, all the fake news, propaganda on steroids, the weaponization of the justice system. Wow, Donald Trump, Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A. So these are all, and eliminate any opposition. He almost got whacked. He almost got killed. Eliminate any opposition. These are the precepts of Marxism and communism right here in America. There's nothing more you could say. It's just facts. So the smart people and logical thinkers say, yeah, that's right. Who doesn't know that? The truth serum? Yeah, no kidding. But they won't get out and vote. The numbskulls and knuckleheads that are taking the bait, they will walk 10 miles to that slaughter and freaking vote Democratic. See, there's these scientists and psychologists that have been around forever. A lot of them from Germany, because they pulled their stuff on the German. They were experts. Look what they did over there. And Russia. And they studied human psychology, the greatest psychological minds. Not like your traditional Freud, Piaget, Pavlov, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, how to get your mind. The best communist countries had that down to a science, literally. So they knew how you can control the thinking mind and what makes a person act or react or sit on their ass or walk 10 miles to go to the voting booth. They studied all this stuff. And it become and then what do? You see these Senate hearings and these to approve appointees, they're socialists and communists, and they're getting in. They're getting in through these hearings because they have the majority to get approved. They got a majority of the Senate and the House and whatever they got to do, one or the other. They got the majority. So now they got control of the legislative agencies, the governing agencies that are supposed to keep America free, a free democracy. How are all these socialist Marxists getting into these high-level positions? Look at Mayorkas, the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. Mayorkas, check his papers. You just seen Cheadle. You just seen Kimberly Cheadle, that hack show. How do they get into these positions? They're either appointed or they're approved by Satan and they get in. Be very interesting to see Kamala Harris get in. And to watch all the pep rally people jumping up and down, playing music, dancing to music, and all that. Yeah. Until they freaking look around and they can't pay their rent, which the people can't now. You can't buy any food. You have no savings. And they go, honey, what did we do? Well, Kamala was putting on such nice cheerleading routines. Well, you took the bait, you sucker. Now starve. Starve. You deserve. America deserves to starve. Vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris 2024. Rot on the vine. Rot on the vine. They deserve to rot on the vine. They're cheering. People on the world join in on the love train. Love train. Yeah, they're partying. Yeah, we're tanking America. Yeah. Fucking retards. Straight up fucking retards. Wow. So what you're looking at is already, the Trojan horse is already here. It's embedded. It's embedded. It's already here. It's already in our judicial system, in the Congress, House of Representatives, Senate and Congress, House. It's already here. If America just wants to be retarded, rot. America does not have to be a traditional democracy. Like, well, America is just supposed to be a democracy and that's just a given. No, it is not a given. It's not a given, folks. It's not a given. It was an experiment that they came up with, 240 years old, 200, whatever it is, 250, whatever. It's an experiment. You got too much globalist, elitist, demonic people that got the money and the power. And they are able to infiltrate governmental systems. No fucking kidding. Do your cheers for Kamala. Let's elect Kamala Harris. Get her in there. You think you can't pay your bills now? It'll be like Mad Max and the Thunderdome. People will be crawling through other people's windows for a freaking bologna sandwich, to rob a bologna sandwich. Yeah. I wish my professor from school was still alive so I could say, I told you so, professor, when I wrote those papers about the systematic dumbing down of America back in early 80s. Quite interesting, Joe. Wow, yeah, professor. Yeah, quite interesting. Yeah, really. Watch systematically how they're being embedded. Every day that goes by, they force a little more power through these governmental agencies. They always get in there. Retarded states are electing congressmen and senators that are Marxist and socialists just because of their political affiliation. They don't care about people's performance record. They just care about Democrat or Republican. Retarded motherfuckers in America. Go Kamala Harris, 2024. Let's get her in there and let America rot on the vine. Rot. That's all there is to it. Rot. And all that low-hanging fruit that's been cheering, they'll be the first ones crawling through other people's windows trying to get a ham sandwich. Rot.